Good evening, everybody. Now, listen, let me be completely honest with you all. I stole this idea from one of the people I admire and follow a lot, Yolanda Lattimore. She does about 3 of these a day. So I figured this would be easier for me to do than actually going on video with you guys. Most of the time I'm really nervous about being on video. I don't like talking on video. So I wanted to give you this. Tonight, I actually want to talk to you about stress you might not actually believe or think of as stress. I want to talk to you about several stressful situations, give you some aspects of your health that stress can affect, and give you some examples of those things that you may not actually think of as stress. So, let's get started. Chime in, write your questions down, whatever you need to do. Just let me know what you want to hear and what you want to know. All right, so the American Institute of Stress lists about 50 common signs and symptoms of stress on their website. Most of us are actually very familiar with it. Headaches, fatigues, muscle spasms, forgetfulness, decreased or increased appetite, changes in your libido or mood, and insomnia. Those are just a few of the things. Those are the common things that you guys deal with on a regular basis. All of the symptoms listed are actually a result of your body not having adequate enough time to rest and repair itself. Remember that rest and repair. Those are things that your body needs so that it can actually build itself, repair itself, heal itself, and prevent other disease from happening in your body. Now, for adults, money, work, the economy, those are significant stressors. Believe it or not, women and teen girls have more stress than men and teen boys. Teenagers nowadays are reporting similar stressors as adults. We actually live in a very stressed society. Everybody's stressed. And you can tell, look at some of the headline news things that we've been talking about lately. It's always about race. It's something about war. We're all under siege. We're stressed thinking about sending our kids to school. Black moms are stressed having their kids out in the street. We don't know what's going on in the world today. Everything's a stressor. Now, when we talk about stress, we usually talk about the bad stress, right? But do you often think about the good stress? Like, good stresses are things like starting a new job, getting married, having a baby, winning the lottery. Those are really good things. We don't think about that as a stressor. Well, unfortunately for us, our bodies can't tell the difference or the physiological changes that happen when it's good or bad stress. It's exactly the same response in your body. The stress response can also be activated and influenced by a number of stressors that we may not even be consciously aware of. For instance, there's a book that I really want you guys to check out. It is called, let me find it. It's called Cracking the Metabolic Code. It discusses how the body system talks to each other and why it's important to understand the inner workings. It's a review of the interconnectedness of our body. So it talks about stress and how it actually impacts us. So I'm going to give you guys some examples tonight of different types of stressors that you don't normally think about as stressors. So here's one. Bowel movements. Number one. Who would think, oh my, I'm not having a bowel movement today, or I didn't have a bowel movement 3 times a day. That's stressful. Believe it or not, it actually is. If you're not moving your bowels every day, your body can't get rid of the toxins and any other unnecessary things that are in it. The important regulator of your gut is food, the food you eat. That's what regulates, everything. Avoid processed food as much as possible. How many times have you guys heard me say that? When you go to the grocery store, here's the thing. If you take a grocery store tour with me or I do a class with you, we usually just shop around the outer perimeter of the store. But there's a trick coming for you. Nowadays, grocery stores caught on to that. So what they're doing is they're incorporating unprocessed foods with processed foods. So you have to go up and down the aisles to shop for some of the things that you might actually need. Be careful with that. We want to try to stay away from all the stuff in boxes, cans, and jars. I say that to you often unless it's unprocessed. So where you find yourself mostly is in the produce section. If you eat meat, then fresh meat. If you eat fish, fresh fish. I'm not a fan of dairy, so those of you who can tolerate dairy and who do have dairy in your diet, you want to make sure that you're getting up-to-date stuff. Dairy is on the list of items that cause mucus in your body, and when you're trying to prevent disease, you want to keep mucus out of your body. So I always stress to, find a substitute for dairy if you possibly can. All right. So, as I said, processed food has all the nutrients and fiber removed. So, if you don't have enough fiber, you won't be able to make a bowel movement, which causes more stress on your body. You see where we're going with this? So, everything I'm going to talk to you about tonight, and I'm going to talk to you about quite a few things. This will probably run into like a 2-part series as far as I'm concerned, because I'm never going to stay on here too long. But everything I talk to you about tonight are things that you don't think about when it comes to stress on your body. Number 2, nutrient depletion. If your body doesn't have enough minerals, vitamins, amino acids, good fats, and other building blocks it needs to survive, it's not going to do what it needs to do. You and I both know that.
Big Mac, Chicken McNuggets, no, Big Mac and Quarter Pounder with cheese, or Filet-O-Fish. You'd be doing the same thing if you were at McDonald's, because you can choose not just one, but 2 of your favorites for just $6. Tasty Big Mac, crispy 10-piece Chicken McNuggets, juicy Quarter Pounder with cheese, or savory Filet-O-Fish. Enjoy 2 of your all-time favorites for just $6, if you can decide on the 2. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
Vegetables and fruit are your friends because they're full of fiber, minerals, and vitamins. Now, there's a study done by the University College of London that found that when people ate approximately 6 or more servings of vegetables or fruits, they were 42% less likely to die from stress-related diseases than those who don't eat or who ate less than 1 serving. We'll say that. Less than 1 serving. Now, bear in mind, let me explain to you what a serving is. When you think about a serving, your daily serving, 1 serving per day is about a cup of a vegetable raw, about a half a cup of it cooked. So with each meal, I express to my clients that you should have at least a cup and a half of something of a vegetable on your plate. It should be 75% of your plate, not all of it. So, now, here's the thing about your diet that you really want to pay attention to. What you put into your body, remember, that is what also provides your body with the energy, with the nutrients, with everything that it needs. So consider eating a lot of probiotic food. That'll keep your gut health good. So things like sauerkraut, kimchi, those are often processed in the store, but believe it or not, you can find some really good natural brands, things that are actually unprocessed. If you hit some of your local farmers markets, some of your Asian stores, Asian markets, they make some of this stuff right there on site. So you know exactly what's in it and where what's coming. Hello, Bobby. How are you tonight? All right. So not all fats are bad, by the way. You want to add things to your diet like yogurt and kefir. There are plant-based yogurts. There are also plant-based kefirs out there. If you can find them, you want to stick with those. Again, not a fan of dairy. Just feel like if you need those items, get the plant-based versions. They're always going to give you more nutrients and it doesn't cause mucus in your body. So here we go. Let's talk about butter. Butter has butyric acid in it. So that's actually good for the gut lining. Those of you that do eat dairy, if you're going to eat butter, eat real butter. Jeremy, yes, I do have a website. It is www.camired.com. But if you also look on the live picture, you can see where you can fill out a nutrition assessment and I'll get back with you. So again, what I was talking about was butter. Real butter, not the processed stuff that you get in the store, not margarine, not any of that, actually contains butyric acid, which is good for the gut lining. Now, you have other good fats as well. I speak of these often. Avocado, coconut oil, fish oil. These are all building blocks for your brain and every membrane in your body, okay? So, again, nutrient depletion is another stressor on your body. So, if you are not feeding your body properly, you are stressing your body out. All right, number 3, chronic infections. Now, sometimes your brain needs to dampen down a little bit your adrenal production of cortisol. A little bit of stress response is good to help your body respond to injuries and stuff. Hey, Marcia, happy Friday to you as well. Now, again, to help your body respond to injuries and to heal. However, elevated cortisol levels over a prolonged period of time will shut down your immune system. And this will be disastrous if you have a chronic infection. So let me tell you what I mean by chronic infection. Hepatitis, Epstein-Barr, even as small as an abscess caused by an infected tooth or a root canal in your body. Your body will suppress the secretion of cortisol to allow your immune system to fight the infection. This is a protective mechanism for your body. Those of you who have chronic infections, those of you who don't get these things treated immediately, what you're doing is causing more stress on your body. All right, so number 4, balancing your blood sugar. Remember, we're going over things that you don't really think about when you think about stress. You're always thinking about your work. You're always thinking about, what's going on with your kids, those type of things. But it's little things that you don't realize that are actually stressing your body as well. So again, balancing your blood sugar. Now, when you stay away from processed foods, eat whole foods, stay away from sugar, starches, and alcohol. I think I talked to some of you guys about that today when I talked about how much do you weigh. Some of you were saying you just wanted to drop 10 to 20 pounds. What you don't realize is that weight that you're holding on to, that's from the wine, that's from the beer, that's from the vodka, that's from the tequila, that's from all of that. That does add pounds. That does add to your weight. Those of you that consume a lot of bread, a lot of pastas, if these are not, like, you can go get pasta that is not made from flour, just so we're clear. You can actually go get pasta that is now made from vegetables. All they're doing is dehydrating vegetables, turning it into a powder and forming pasta out of it. Those of you who eat pasta on a regular, I always try to tell you to substitute some things. Maybe you should substitute a vegetable pasta for, and I'm not talking about that pasta that's in the box that's in the store that says vegetable pasta. Read the labels, people. If you look on the back, the first ingredient in it is always going to be flour. If flour is the first ingredient in it, you don't need it. That goes along with starches, okay? So, stay away from sugar and boost your diet with lots of vegetables and some fruit and healthy protein. Your blood sugar will stabilize itself. Now, those of you who have high blood sugar, those of you that are running pre-diabetic, and from my understanding nowadays, they are actually giving pre-diabetics metformin. That actually used to be something they would only give to diabetics. Those of you that are now being diagnosed with pre-diabetes are walking home with prescriptions of metformin, maybe in small dosages, but you're still getting it. What I like to add to this is I talked about turmeric on one of my lives the other day. If you purchase a turmeric supplement, make sure you're getting the right one that has bioprine or capsaicin in it. But also, here's the kicker. If you take one turmeric supplement with your metformin prescription, either day or night, that will stabilize your blood sugar. Even if you're not taking metformin, if you decide that you want to take supplements, take the turmeric supplement in the morning and in the evening. That'll actually regulate your blood sugar, regulate your cholesterol, and add to your overall wellness and give you rest, peace. That's a lot of what we need nowadays. Remember, I said at the beginning, your body needs to rest and repair. So, Processed foods from grains, sweets, fruit juices, alcohol are all plain old sugar to your body. Doop. Did you hear me say that? Let me say that one more time for you. Processed foods, sweets, grains, fruit juices, alcohol are all plain old sugar to your body. I wrote that down on purpose because I felt like that was just something that needed to be said. Like you might actually hear me if I say plain old sugar. Because if I say sugar, you all think of sugar in so many different forms. So let's be real. Everything's sugar, okay? Eat whole fruits and vegetables instead of juices to maintain the fiber and keep your sugar levels steady. We know this, but extreme fluctuations in your blood sugar levels, set out stress responses. But for those of you who aren't diabetic and extreme fluctuations in your blood sugar, you're actually setting yourself up to become a diabetic. What's going to happen is your body just needs the regulation. That's why I say even if you aren't taking metformin, go ahead and invest in turmeric supplements. I actually work with a company called Custom V. They will customize a supplement for you. It'll contain all of the nutrients and stuff that you need. We'll get into that another time. I got a whole show planned on the breakdown of supplements and nutrients because I can do this all day. Okay, so number 5 on this is sleep apnea. I got a couple of questions the other day from a few people that asked me about sleep apnea. Just so you know, I do specialize in sleep apnea. I actually have a meal plan and a diet for those of you who have sleep apnea, who suffer from sleep apnea, who are dealing with it right now. If you have to use the mask at night, I know that can be an uncomfortable experience. It can also be embarrassing when you're away from home. So, got a few questions for you. I want you to ask yourself. Do you sleep well and wake up rested in the morning? If you've ever filled out one of my assessments, you'll see that on there again. Do you wake up feeling like you hadn't gotten a wink of sleep? Do you find yourself gasping for air in the middle of the night? If you have sleep apnea, nothing about your health will improve until you get it under control. I'm going to repeat that again for you guys too. If you have sleep apnea, nothing about your health will improve until you get it under control. Did you hear me say it? Do I need to say it again? You can play rewind if I do, okay? Now, if you wake yourself up snoring, if somebody tells you that you snore loudly, and sometimes hold your breath, or you feel exhausted in the morning despite being in bed and asleep, then please, I am begging you to go see your doctor. Get a referral for a sleep study. Change your nutrition, change your diet, and start exercising more. You can actually lose weight to prevent and to help with sleep apnea. So a lot of people don't realize that's in my book as well. Obesity-related diseases, sleep apnea is definitely there. But what I was going to say is a lot of this that I'm talking about is based off of nutrition. It's all obesity and weight related. Some of these diseases, some of these symptoms, some of these problems all stem from how much you weigh, what you eat, and what you are doing to your body. So, like I said, see your doctor, have a sleep study done, change your nutrition, change your diet, try to get as much rest, and monitor your sleep. Like write down days that you don't feel like you got any sleep, but you know you slept through the night. Keep a journal of your habits. Now, when you stop, what sleep apnea is. I think I lost you because it said trying to reconnect. So I'm going to repeat that because I just want to make sure you guys heard me. So, what I said is, when you stop breathing in intervals all night long, your brain has to keep waking up to remind you to breathe because it's dangerous to stop breathing. Now, This completely stresses out your body. You know that. You have to keep waking up. Your brain has to keep waking up every few minutes. That cannot be a good thing for your body. Cortisol, epinephrine increase overnight instead of going down. These are things that are supposed to subside out of your body. Like cortisol is the stress hormone. You're not supposed to have that in your body 24/7. That's not good. Um, your body can't rest and repair. Remember, that's the theme of this conversation: rest and repair. Your blood sugar goes up, your blood pressure goes up, your weight goes up. Now you're going to be diagnosed with diabetes, immune dysfunction, hypertension, and obesity. And by the way, a pill for every ill is all your doctor is thinking about. So I posed 2 questions today. I asked you, how much did you weigh? And then I also asked you, how many medications do you take? So moving on. Just remember, sleep apnea is not something to play with. If you have been diagnosed with it, if you think you have it, if your spouse is concerned about your sleeping habits, then I would really, really seriously go see a doctor and also get a referral for a sleep study, okay? All right. What number are we on? We are on 3, 4, 5. We are on 6. Okay. Number 6, gluten and other food sensitivities. This is my favorite. Let's see. I don't want everybody to panic when I say this. You guys jump on trends so fast. I noticed that. I've done a video on it saying that you guys are trend chasers. Don't jump on the trend because everything isn't for you. Keto is not for everybody. Gluten-free is not for everybody. South Beach is not for everybody. Weight Watchers is not for everybody. So just remember that. I do custom nutrition, not selling my services to you because this is information. But when I treat my patients, the reason I treat them and it goes on to be a forever thing is because I'm not treating them for weight loss. I'm treating them for a healthier way of life. So, 70 to 80% of your immune system is assigned to monitor your gut. The gut is the tube that runs through the body from the mouth to the anus, and it contains everything that is not supposed to be in us. It's actually from your mouth. It goes from your mouth to your anus, and what it does is as food is moving through this tube, it's filtering out the nutrients. So anything that's not supposed to be in us, it actually comes out on the other end. Isn't that cool how your body works, right? Like it's a tube going through your body. All right. All right. The immune system is the guard that makes the decision on what should enter our body and what should not. Now, specialized white blood cells work together to make the immunoglobulin that tags and invades viruses, parasites, bacteria, undigested food so that other white cells can destroy it. If your immune system is stimulated by food particles and the food particles look similar to cells in your body, your immune system attacks normal cells. Boom. Did you hear that? Your immune system will attack normal cells. This is what we start as autoimmune diseases. So you have things like lupus. Those are all autoimmune diseases. And what's happening is that your body is really attacking itself. That's because it's not recognizing food as food. It's recognizing it as the enemy. So again, let's talk about what you eat and what you're putting in your body. Your immune system attacking itself or attacking you, this is stressful on your body. You don't think about stuff like that. Undigested food can be considered an invader of your immune system if it gets confused. The top 5 offending foods that we have issues with and that our immune system doesn't really recognize is gluten, and as I stated earlier, dairy, eggs, unfortunately peanuts, and soy. But I don't eat dairy, I don't eat eggs, I don't eat peanuts, and I don't eat soy. So I would advise you, and I'm gluten-free certified. So what I'm not telling you to take these items out of your diet. Again, this is not for everybody. This is for those of you that are having issues with your digestive system, those of you that are having issues with your immune system, those of you who have autoimmune diseases. These are the things that you should be pulling out of your diet. Now, let me say this. These are not things that it's not just those things. Some of you need to go see your doctor and get a referral for an allergy specialist. The allergy specialist will do a panel of blood tests that will tell you everything that you are allergic to. Pay attention to what they say, because what you're doing is stressing your body by eating those foods, okay? So what you want to do is you want to take out foods that your body cannot digest well. You want to replace. You want to add in digestive enzymes and stomach acid to help you break down your food completely. Reinoculate. Make sure that you have good bacteria. Remember I talked about that earlier when I was talking about nutrient depletion. I said probiotics. You want to get plant-based foods like sauerkraut, kimchi, plant-based yogurt, and kefir. Those are things that add good bacteria to your gut. You want to repair. It takes a minimum of 2 to 3 weeks for your gut to actually heal. Boom. Did you hear that? It's not going to happen overnight. You guys did not get this way overnight. It ain't going to heal itself overnight. I'm sorry, y'all. I keep looking at the phone. I want to make sure it stays where we're connected. Now, if you want to take supplements, fish oils help in the repair of your gut health. So fish oil, good for gut health. All right, where were we? All right, the next one is heavy metals and other toxic elements. If your house is supplied by well water, if you've eaten a lot of tuna fish over a long period of time, if you have silver fillings, anything like that, anything that has mercury and lead in it, those metals can actually interfere with a lot of enzymes that produce energy in your body. Some of you probably don't even realize that you're draining the energy from yourself, and you don't even realize it. Like, you don't even know how or where it's going to. Bromamine and chlorine can substitute in your body. Filter your drinking water if you can, and avoid using sugar substitutes like sucralose. That's Splenda for those of you who don't know. Okay? Those have chlorine atoms in it, and their structure, it's just bad for the body. I keep telling people sugar substitutes are chemicals, just like sugar are. No sweet and low, no pink package, no blue package, no yellow package. Stay away from all of that stuff. If you are not vegan, I would suggest honey, agave nectar. Those are natural sweeteners. Stevia is a natural sweetener as well. When you're dealing with heavy metals, you can do iodine replacement. I'm not a real expert in heavy metal toxins, although this makes me want to be one. So I didn't really write down a lot pertaining to that. Just a few things. Just saying that, like I said, chlorines and bromamines with iodine, your body uses that to clear out the toxins. You would need to do this quickly in order to increase your body and make sure that you get it all out so that you start feeling well, okay? All right, the next one is exercise. Yes, exercise can be a stressor, especially if you're overdoing it. And listen, let me say this in advance. I don't ever want to hear you using what I just said to combat why you can't exercise, okay? It's not that you can't exercise. It's just asking you not to overdo it, okay? The most important thing you can do for your body is listen to your body. If you are feeling exhausted, if you are hurting, if you can't function, do not force yourself to do something. You have to rest and repair. Remember, your body needs to rest and repair. This is, again, most Americans, our lives are ridiculously inactive, meaning we need to get up and move. We need to get from behind the computer screens, get off the phones, stop doing the stuff that we're doing, and actually get up and be moving. Start walking, jogging, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Just do what you can until you're able to do more. Lifting weights, dancing, swimming, bouncing on the trampoline, playing with the kids, playing with your pets. All of those things are considered exercise. Exercise is great for your body until you start stressing your body. All right, so that is actually where I'm going to end tonight, because I could go on and on talking to you guys about hormones, talking to you all about the different other stressors in your life. I just wanted to remind you that you need to rest and repair. And sometimes we don't think about all of the stress that we actually put on our body. Things that we think aren't stress are actually stressing us. And don't forget, good stress and bad stress have the same effect on your body. So I will talk to you guys again probably. I think I'm going to do this every day because it's so much easier to do live audios than it is to be on video and stuff. So I actually think I'm going to hit you guys with some nutrition tips every day from now on. So I will talk to you all later, and have a good night.
Right now, switch your family to T-Mobile and get 4 lines for $25 a line with AutoPay and 5G access included on America's largest 5G network. So don't wait. Get unlimited and nationwide 5G access for the whole family for just $25 a line. Visit a T-Mobile store or T-Mobile.com today.
Plus taxes and fees. Customers may notice lower speeds and further reduction if using over 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video at 480p. Unlimited while on our network. Qualifying credit and 4+ lines required. Capable device required for 5G. Coverage not available in some areas. Some uses may require certain features. See T-Mobile.com.